是非常的狭窄，在哪里找呀找都找不到，就随它吧。我住在完美无缺的天堂，享受着上天醉人的蜜糖，生活就该这么的洒脱和放肆啊。
So today with us here is SHIYIN. SHIYIN is born in Malaysia in the year 1999. Since young, she has played different instruments and participated in orchestra. And from the age of 15, she has started songwriting on her own. And since then, she has won multiple awards in various songwriting contests. And currently, she's an independent singer, and songwriter. So yes, SHIYIN, did I miss out any parts about you that you would like to add on?
So far, everything is correct. Hi, everyone. My name is
Okay,
SHIYIN.
that's amazing. That's amazing to hear. So let's jump straight in. Just wondering what piqued your interest in music since you said that, since young you've been doing all this.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like inside me. It's like my calling. There isn't like a certain thing that piqued my interest, but it's more like it's been with me since I was born. Yeah.
I see. So like when you tell us about what instruments you have played, and then are you the one that you chose to play them?
My first instrument is actually piano. So I started when I was like around 6 years old. I think the reason, if I didn't remember wrongly, the reason why I started is because my parents, they brought me to like a piano store, and then I just started playing melodies on the piano without any like prior knowledge to piano. So I started playing I don't know if you know the song, it's called 老鼠爱大米. And then it was like
Okay,
a
okay,
very
okay.
popular song when I was like 6 years old. And I just started playing dun, 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 dun. And then my grandma and my mom was like, whoa, prodigy. And then they just sent me and my sister to piano class since then. Yeah, but because I was so young and I didn't really know what music is and like what it is to me in my life. So I just go just because my parents sent me to piano classes. And I remember that at one point I really hated piano because it was becoming very hard for me because when you learn classical piano you have to read the notes and it's very hard for me to recognize the notes. But at the same time, I think that happened when I was around 10 or 11 years old. But during that few years I was in primary school, and I was also I joined the recorder team in
Okay.
primary school. Yeah. And then I almost told my mom that I want to stop learning piano, I want to give up, but I didn't because my parents are very strict, and I was scared to tell them. I was scared to tell them, so that's why I continued learning, and I'm glad I did because I'm very grateful for being able to know how to play piano. Yeah. So after that, I started high school. And when I was gonna choose a society to join, I was thinking, okay, since I played recorder in primary school, why not just play something similar, so like a flute or something. So I joined Chinese orchestra. I wanted to join Western orchestra, but then my sister was in Western orchestra, and then she told me the instruments are very expensive, and then like the teachers, like, I don't know, like not that good. So I was thinking, okay, like, I just joined Chinese orchestra. So I picked the flute, and that was when I really, really, realized that I have a talent in music, and I really want music to be my thing because I was the fastest learner among like all the flute players. And
Oh my
then
god.
I really enjoyed being in orchestra, being surrounded with music, and then I wanted to uh there was another thing that happened. It was because every year in Chinese orchestra they have an original song for graduation song for the seniors, and I remember listening to the first one and the second one, and I was thinking, oh, I can do that. I was thinking, okay, I
I
can do
like that
that.
confidence in you.
Yeah. I was thinking, okay, one day I want to sing that, and I really did when I was like from 4 and from 5. I really did sing the graduation song, and everyone was surprised that time because nobody knew that I could sing. Even my parents, my family, they didn't know. And because I've grown up in a very typical Asian family, and I was very scared to open up to them. They don't know my talent in music until uni or after uni. Then only they know that okay, I really take
Really
music
a
seriously.
prodigy.
No, I'm not a prodigy. I just have certain talent for music. Yeah, so that's how it started. Like me taking music very seriously in high school because I told myself, I wanted to make this my goal. So I told myself, okay, I have to learn guitar, have to practice singing. I started recording covers in my room when nobody is at home. Yeah, because I couldn't sing in front of my parents or in front of my sister. I had to make sure no one is at home. Then only I would sing. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
and
Is
until
there a
uni,
reason why you wouldn't sing in front of them? Like, or is it just you just don't feel like
cause
it?
cause I'm shy and I actually have very low confidence and low self-esteem growing up, and it took me a very, very, very long time to overcome it. Yeah.
I see.
Right now, I would say I'm still working on it, but it's
Hmm.
been it's so much better compared to before.
I see.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Like, do you still remember what's the turning point? Like, think what's the one point where it gives you more confidence and all this?
Confidence in music.
Like self it boosted your self esteem and all this. Like the
Uh,
turning point in time.
I wouldn't say there's a specific turning point because it's a very, very long process. I would say I recognize that it is it's a bad thing that it's influencing me negatively because if you have low self-confidence, people are not gonna notice you. They're not gonna see you as someone important. You're gonna be like you're gonna be nothing if you don't have confidence. And I realized that, and I wanted to work on that, and I tried different ways, to work on that. Um, it's a long process. Yeah.
I see, I see. Okay, because I actually quite resonate with you at for that, because
Mm-hmm.
personally, I think for majority of the period of time before I'm 20 years old, I have really low self-esteem, low
Mm-hmm.
self-confidence as well. But for me, there is a turning point in me, which kind of like
Oh.
it's when I think during university when I joined club and society that kind of gave me more confidence in that. So
Uh,
I can resonate with you when you said
I
that.
see.
Yeah.
I feel like starting university is also like a new chance for me to be in a new environment with new people. So I was telling myself, like, before I got into uni, I was telling myself, okay, this is a chance for me to be confident and like be a new me. So I tried to, be confident. But of course it's not like immediately I become confident. It's like I told myself, okay, I have to practice playing the piano at home so that, in uni in the core I can play the piano in front of like people. So I use that as like a practice thing for me. Yeah, and I force myself to talk to more people and like join more stuff. Yeah.
See, that is amazing. That is a beautiful journey. But yes, because you touched on university. So
Mm-hmm.
before you became independent singer songwriter, I know you studied in University of Nottingham. That's where I got to know about you. And then just now I realized that you study a very interesting course. What course did you take again?
It's called International Communication Studies with Film and Television Studies.
Yeah. Why did you choose that? Like, what was your plan back then?
It was it's a long story because I studied foundation in arts and I wanted to study music, but obviously my parents cannot. And then
Music cannot earn money, is it? Because
yeah, my mom told me if I study music I'm gonna be a beggar on the streets. She really told me that. And then, I have that idea, but of course, I didn't dare to, tell my parents. But then at one point after foundation, my mom did ask me if I want to study music. I was like, whoa, what happened to you, mom? But I think it's because one of her colleagues, her child went to study music at UPM, and then somehow she managed to convince my mom that UPM is a very good uni. And then it's like, because it's government, so the fees are very low and the teachers are good, this and that. So my mom asked me, but then I tried to apply, but then it was past the deadline. And if I want to apply again, I have to wait for one more year. So my mom doesn't want me to wait. she wants me to study. Okay, then I just simply chose a degree. So, because I studied foundation in arts, and the few options I have after foundation in arts is business, um psychology. I'm not sure about that, but international relations, international communications, which is the one I took, and I forgot what are the others, but um I hated business. I hated politics and all because that's international relations. And oh yeah, and one more is TESOL, teaching English to speakers of other languages. Basically
Oh,
education. So I was thinking, okay, maybe that one is the easiest one because my mom is a teacher. She's a headmistress now, and my grandpa
wow.
is also a headmaster. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it's like this is my destiny, to do education. So I actually took TESOL because they said I would have the chance to exchange to UK and UK for a few semesters. So I was thinking, okay, I want to go to UK. So I took that. And then during the first day of class, they say, oh, actually, the program is not started yet. It will start next year. So you guys
Hmm.
wouldn't have the chance to go UK. I was like, whoa, that's a scam. Like,
What?
I was so angry. I was triggered. I straight away went to the office. I said, I want to change course. And I was looking at the list. Oh my god, I don't have any options left except like the second easiest is probably international communications. I'm like, okay lah, take that one. But then that one comes with a few other options as well. It's international communication studies. That's ICS. So it comes with ICS with English literature studies and ICS with film and TV studies. ICS with some other stuff. So the film and TV studies piqued my interest. So I was like, okay, that one sounds the most fun and the most interesting. Then I choose that one. So that's how that's how I chose this course.
I
It's a long story.
see, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, interesting. How did you find how did you find studying? Like the whole 3 years that
Studying is not my favorite thing. Since primary school, high school, I just hated studying. But of course, like it's not entirely useless for me. Even though it's not related to music. International communication studies, it's more like it's a bit of cultural studies, media studies, a little bit of philosophical studies, language studies. I took French.
Ooh.
Yeah, like film studies. So I would say that this course, although it doesn't really teach much about practical stuff, because the film and TV studies, that class, they teach more on theoretical stuff and how to analyze movies and TVs and things like that. But it is still the reason why I took up photography and videography because right now I'm doing freelance videography and photography. So that's how I started, taking up the camera. But in general, that whole degree, I feel like it taught me how to, see things in others' perspectives and see things in a broader view. I'm still grateful I took that because I feel like that's quite suitable to me. Uh, yeah, I didn't love all of it, especially when it comes to the last year. It's quite difficult for me, but overall, it's nice. Yeah, I went to UK the second year for one semester, and I wanted to go to China for the second semester, but COVID, so I came back to Malaysia. Yeah.
How did you find the UK? Wait, before I answer that, I think you're probably okay. I did interview a few University of Nottingham, senior or like juniors or whatever. But I think you are the first one that exchanged there. So yeah, just wondering how did you find the campus? This is more like a personal question.
I love it. Honestly, I love it. I love the weather there. I love the campus. It's so big. I love living alone. That's my first time moving out alone, and I really enjoyed the freedom I have because growing up in a Asian family, I don't really have a lot of freedom, and like going there is like wow. It's like I love it so much. Meeting new friends, new people, joining the societies, and then grocery shopping is also fun for me. Everything was fun. Um, yeah, I just sad that I couldn't go to China for the second semester.
Yeah, that's the advantage of like I think I'm not sure how to differentiate. For us that study in STEM, we can't do one semester exchange. We have to do
Mm.
full year. So like that's I don't know
Mhm.
like which is the line draw. What's the line draw where like some of them they can do one semester and then like all of us like most of us I think in STEM we can't do that, which is really amazing
Uh,
for you guys. Just unfortunately because of COVID. Otherwise, I think yeah you would
yeah.
have enjoyed that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also
Yes.
my first time like
Hmm?
traveling to I mean staying in a country with four seasons, so I really love watching the leaves turn brown and then orange. Yeah. And I also traveled to Europe during December, and that's like my first Europe trip. So it's wonderful.
I see. That sounds
Yeah.
amazing. That sounds amazing. Yeah. All right. Back to the main questions. After
Mhm.
you studied, what made you at one point what made you decided to go fully on the artist route?
Sorry?
What made you decided to fully focus on being an artist?
At this. Okay. It was also a very long process because after graduation, I actually worked full time in a video production house. I worked for two. It's corporate lah, basically, and it's not like corporate because it's a video production house. It's mostly project based. So
Hmm.
during when there's a lot of projects, I'll be very busy. When there's less projects, I'll be more free. But no, slowly during the second year, I feel like the company is falling apart because there's no sales. The boss is not really being a good leader, and I just lost hope in the company. I feel very hopeless, and um I just felt like it's not the right path for me. You know, when you're doing something that's not your thing, you just feel stuck and you feel very hopeless and you just get a bit depressed. So I just decided to resign. And uh I remember it was like a very big turning point for me because I resigned last year, September 14th. And September 15th was the day I broke up with my ex. So it's like I lost two things at once. It's like I was like so depressed that time. I was so sad. I was like crying. But I'm really glad that happened because I wouldn't have what I have right now if that didn't happen. Yeah, right now I'm doing freelance photography, videography. It's very unstable. And I'm working on being an artist, which no, actually I don't really have any income from that yet. So it's like my life is very unstable right now, but I'm so much more happier because I know that this is the right path for me. Yeah, so it was a progress. Actually, when I resigned, I was also feeling very lost. I don't know what to do. I know that I wanted to do music, but I don't know how because it's very hard to earn money with music. But I met my current producer and he gave me a lot of courage. He helped me produce my last few songs and it just gave me confidence and I feel like, you know, I can do what I want with him.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Do you mind elaborate on more how did you met the producer and then like how like that got you into like let's do music now.
Yeah, he's actually my boyfriend right now.
Oh my
So
god. That's amazing.
yeah,
Okay, that's amazing.
yeah, so I cuz with my ex, he's not a music person at all. He's a sports person and I'm a very music person. So our personality kind of clash and it feels like we live our own world when I was with my ex. But then now I met this producer, my boyfriend, and then we're both like very into music and arts. And we're both very creative people. So it's like, when you meet the right person, it goes smoothly. So with him I feel like I can see hope in my life. I feel like I'm on the right path. He encouraged me and he gives me a lot of assurance that I'm doing the right thing. And I help him with his music stuff, also like media, because I'm a photographer. So when he needs anything related to media, I'll help him. When I need help with music, he helps me. So it's like we're both on this together.
Wow, that is amazing. Actually, I love that story. But even like I think earlier on when you talk about your transition, like when you resign and all that kind of stuff,
Uh-huh.
it's so relatable to me because this is pretty much what happened to me this year.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes. I mean, yeah, so I guess, but mine is many things happen. Really many things happen. This year has been like, but I'll say definitely in earlier it's ups and down. Now it's going up, but it's scary. It's always scary when things are going too well. I'm being very cautious right now. Yeah,
Okay.
so, I think I. As I told you personally, I studied computer science, but then I realized it's not really my thing. I don't really enjoy it. Um, and then my relationship department was also like I realized that not that she's anything wrong, just that it's not compatible. So at the same time, that time I broke up, and then after
Did it
after
happen
breaking
at
up,
the
like
same time?
around the same period. So
Okay.
I broke up, and then I realized that I don't have to, cause like I was working in Meta. I'm not
Oh,
sure if you know
okay.
that. So Meta, like very good job, very well paid and all this. That time I was like already planning about like buying an apartment in London and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. But then after breaking up, you realize that cause like you don't have to think about long term anymore.
Mm.
So I realized I can actually start thinking about what I truly wanted. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
especially right now. I mean, I don't enjoy what I do. I have two paths that I can go. I can keep on doing this job even because it's well paid and all this, and
Mm-hmm.
then maybe end up retiring with a lot of money, but then regretting that I did not truly find something I love. Or I can just keep on doing this, and then maybe until I'm 30, I really cannot take it anymore, and then I want to resign again. So I realized might as well I do it right now when I'm still
Yeah,
young
yeah.
and all this. I can
Yeah,
take
that's
this
true.
risk. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
earlier this year, my mom passed away as well. So like
Oh,
that's
oh my
why like
God. I'm so
all this thing
sorry.
happened to me. Yeah,
Okay,
it's all right.
okay.
Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, so that period I was quite lost.
Okay.
And then I always like to say this magical moment. There's this magical moment. It's not that magical, okay. It's just like it's I guess I exaggerate it a bit. So there's this friend. There's this friend which I knew from year one uni. Uh,
Okay.
and we just met on one course. She's a psychology student, and then I'm computer science student, and then we met on this UI UX course.
Uh-huh.
Really just interacted on that course, and then COVID happened. Then we didn't interact much. We followed each other on Instagram, and we would just send each other events because we are both slightly more entrepreneurial. So we
Uh-huh.
know that
Uh-huh.
okay, we kind of vibe with each other. You'll be interested in all these events and all that. That's what we did. And I think last year she moved to Germany, and then we didn't really interacted much. Then I just texted, "Oh yeah, you're in Germany. If you happen to come to UK, I'm a free tour guide. We would love to hang out." But never really chatted for like 2 3 years
Uh-huh.
until that. I think it's May or April this year. I
Uh-huh.
just had this thought. I'm like, yeah, let me just have a catch up with her, understanding how's her life and all this, and then that call made me realize that how I think I've been in my comfort zone for way too long, and then
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how big this world is, how many opportunity this world is, like how many like-minded people are there in this world that made me
Mm-hmm.
decided, yeah, um let me so like that was what triggered the final breakup, and then I've like totally
Oh.
broke up and all that. It's not that I like that girl or anything. We just
Mm-hmm.
I still see her as a friend, just but it's really I guess I've lost touch with this world, and then that call brought me
I
back, and then I
see.
realized that yeah, I should do that. Like right now, definitely, I haven't found a job. I haven't found a job yet. I'm doing this podcast, which is totally not earning any money. In fact, I'm pouring even more money into it. Yeah, so it's kind of like
Understand.
your case, but your case, you still have a freelance thing. And then like I made this bold move to move down to London, which I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but things are looking well for me. I think I actually am quite confident because there's many things happening, so I'm quite confident that I'll actually land a job in the next few months. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess the harder part is that now I'm trying to figure out how to balance this podcast while having a full-time job. And then on the relationship department, I've been going on dating actually, like, and then it's
Okay.
been going really well. So
Oh, that's
that's what I'm
nice.
really yeah, yeah, it's really interesting. It's been good. Yeah, so it's going up now. I'm just worried. like it's going too well. I need to be prepared. I need to manage my expectation.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
understand.
that's why I can resonate a lot with your story going through that lost period, and then hopefully
Yeah, yeah.
I will find that right person which I'll vibe with, and then like yes. That's a part which I haven't reached yet. Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, I actually met my current boyfriend through Bumble.
Oh really? Really?
Yeah, because okay, actually, okay, that's a longer story. So the first time I meet him is actually last year through my ex. So
Okay, that's nice.
my last year, around February, March, that was the time where I put out my first ever single, Scavenger, 失航快乐.
Okay.
And then I was still very new that time. Like I wasn't really into this music industry thing yet, and I was looking for people to mix and master my song.
Mm-hmm.
So my ex, he has a friend working in this audio house called Fuse, and then my ex's friend said, "Oh, the company doesn't mind like doing it for free because they want to support local artists and things like that." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I went over there and I met my current boyfriend. He is the lead composer there, so he's like the best mixer and audio engineer there. So he mixed my song for me. And I'm like, oh, "Okay, nice to meet you." And then we added each other on Instagram, and we never talked until after I broke up with my ex last year September, and then around like October or November we matched on Bumble. I'm like, "Yo, what are you doing here?" And it's like, "Yo." And then we just like, we meet up and then we have a date and then now we're together.
Oh my god, that is so cool. I think you are okay, cool. Like you are the first. So on this podcast, so, I've talked to many people. Like I think you're the first that. Okay, legit. I think the previous podcast guest we had a very deep conversation about date online dating. Yeah, but I
Okay.
think you are the first successful case that
Really?
I've heard. So I think I don't know if you're willing to share later. I would love to drill
Of
deeper
course.
into this. Yeah. But yes, now let's get back into your artist story. So like I from what you have said, I think your family initially wasn't so, it's not that they're not supportive, they just, I think Asians, they're more practical, like oh music
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
really earn
yeah.
money and all this kind of stuff. So I'm just
Yeah.
wondering what kind of role did your family and friends play on your journey becoming an artist?
Um, for my family, my parents, my dad and my mom are very different. My mom is more conservative. And my dad is more open-minded because he's a
That is
businessman.
quite rare. That is quite rare. I usually it's like
Really?
the other way. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, at least
Oh,
for what I see. Yeah.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so my mom is very worried for me, especially after I quit my previous full-time job. And then she keeps asking me, "What are you doing right now? Why you keep going out? Why you come home so late? And do you earn any money?" Because I get invited to perform a lot, and every time I perform, the first question she asks is there money involved? Are they paying you? But honestly, most of them, not really. But I still do it for, for experience and exposure. I feel like it's beneficial for me as an artist, so I went. So my dad, he's also worried, but he's more open-minded. So he would think that I am in this process of building my own branding and my own business because he sees me doing music as a businesswoman building my own brand, And my mom doesn't see it that way. She's more concerned on the money side. So um right now they are more okay with it because they see how, me and my boyfriend are like supporting each other and they kind of see some hope in it. Especially my mom. She doesn't question me as much as before. But especially since I quit the job, she's been asking me a lot of questions. Yeah. And growing up, they don't really support me until university. They see me, perform a lot and then winning songwriting competitions, then only my mom like trusts that okay, maybe music is my thing. Yeah. And honestly, overall, they don't really give a lot of emotional support. Um, I
I
would
get
say
what you
the
mean.
only support they give is the first thing they sent me to piano class when I was 6. The second is my dad bought me an amp, like the guitar amp,
Okay.
like 3 years ago. Other than that and nothing. My
I
mom
see,
tried
I
to
see.
force me to quit orchestra when I was in high school because she said that it's affecting my
Oh,
grades. And she went to my high school and then like meet the teacher. Why is my daughter's grade like that? Like, no, you should stop all these activities. It's affecting her grades, blah, blah, blah.
I
But
see,
I
I
still
see.
joined. I didn't quit. I
I
continued.
see. Okay, I can. Oh my God, I can resonate all this as well. Mine is
Okay.
different. Mine is more on
Okay.
the entrepreneurship side. I
Okay.
guess when I started my first company during 2020 during COVID time, I like
Mm-hmm.
actually now I take back my words. I guess in my family actually my mom is the super conservative one actually. Yeah, my dad is
Oh,
more open minded. It's actually the same. Yeah. Now
okay.
that I think back, um yeah, my mom is just very concerned lah. She's very concerned. I guess she's more insecure and all this. So like, I think at one point I hired my ex to help me work on some things and all this, uh, on my business side. And then she's like very concerned. And then she's saying like basically I was telling that, oh, I'm paying salary to my ex. You know, I'm hiring
Uh,
her. And then definitely like it's for me it's like a progression. And then you're very excited about it. And then for her she just came back and like, did you know like that's a big responsibility? Like have you thought about all the consequences of that? So like I was so taken aback because I was expecting, I'm happy about it. I wish that you're happy about it.
uh-huh,
Like
uh-huh.
I get support from you and all this. So then that time actually that is like all like the many things that my I guess I did not get much support from my mom. I guess she's just very worried. She's very conservative, and then there's also I think times where she's slightly more pessimistic. She's more more safe lah. So I cannot really. I'm more optimistic, definitely more
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurial. So I guess that just doesn't work out for us. I I get what you mean when you say there's not much emotional support from either parents. I think I got. I'm glad that my dad is he's more supportive definitely. Like
Okay.
after like all these experiences with my mom, then I'll just like every time when there's something happening, I'll tell my dad. I don't tell my mom. And then
Oh,
usually my dad,
okay.
if I need to get any, if it really involves both parties, I'll usually get my dad to tell my mom, and then something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
see.
But even for my dad, the way he supports, it's not like it's not like the Western kind of way of support. Like, oh my God, well done, man, you did great, it's amazing, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, they don't do this kind of emotional support. It's more
Mm.
like it's more like they. I think for Asians, it's more acts of service. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's
like
true.
the cutting fruits kind of thing,
Yeah,
kind of concept.
yeah.
So for my dad, he'll be like, when I want to do something, when he's concerned, he wouldn't say that this wouldn't work. He will suggest, I know this friend of mine who's doing similar stuff. Like I can arrange that you guys meet up. You can ask him questions and all this kind of stuff, which is the kind of
Oh,
support he gives me,
that's so
which
nice.
is really really amazing. Like he wouldn't question me directly, but then he will assist me. So I feel a lot more support. I think that's the best thing I can get from him. But I truly appreciated like all this lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's quite nice. My dad tried to
Yeah.
do that too, like arrange me to like meet people, but then a lot of the times the people he arranged me to meet up with are like things or businesses that's not related to music at all. It's like there's one time he brought me to like a shrimp farm to look at like the shrimps growing and like some biotech things going on. I'm like, okay. I don't know what to do there, but I just follow. So it's like yeah, he tried, but no, he cannot force me to do things that I have no interest in.
I see. I see. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Okay, very
Yeah.
interesting. What about friends? How did friends like? How was your friends supporting you
Friends.
throughout your journey?
Um, Actually, I would say um, growing up, my friends they don't really have a lot of opinions because they're not my
Hmm?
family, they're not my parents. Um, they would the closest one they would be a bit worried. They would
Hmm?
ask me like, "Is this really your decision? Like, are you sure you want to do this?" They would in uni, and that was in uni, and then they would say that, you actually don't have to study music to do music because I was thinking about leaving Nottingham and study music that time, and they were like very concerned. Yeah, but most of them are like actually okay. I would say I have my friends when I started when I left my full time job. The friend groups I have is very different from the friend groups I had before I left my full time job. It's like one group is after I leave, it's all music people, and before I leave, it's all non music people. So it's like people from different industries, people from high school and primary school or like uni, those people, they don't really know much about my music stuff. Like they would, of course, they would look at my stuff and then they would like my post, comment. I don't know if they stream my music or not. Some of them would share, but I wouldn't say it's I would care about that a lot because to me I feel like if my music is good then people would listen. I don't want people to listen because they are my friends or because I want their support. I want them to listen because they really like the music. So I don't really care if they give support or not. Same goes to my family actually. Yeah.
Hey, okay, I totally get you. I mean, I guess because like I'm working on this podcast, definitely,
Mm-hmm.
um, many of my friends, especially those I have amazing friends back in Nottingham, and I think moving down to London, the hardest part is actually leaving them. And but the thing is, yeah, like of course, it's great that they will support, but I wouldn't want them to just, force them to listen to podcasts if
Yeah.
they are not into podcasts, because I genuinely want people that are interested. So I totally understand you. And then it's actually, I love that now that I moved down to London, I definitely found more like-minded people, which I truly, truly enjoy. I believe that it's like what you said, like the music kind of people that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that, that they kind of vibe with it and all that. But
yeah.
did you learn something new? What's your biggest learning after, I don't know, having this new friends group which are more into music?
You mean like when it comes to friendship?
Yes.
Um, I would say that before I made this new group of friends, growing up, I always feel like I'm different for other people. It's like very hard for me to join other groups,
Hmm.
maybe because like the things we like are very different, or like the way we think about things is very different. And also I'm very introverted and quiet and shy, so I'm always like the most quiet one in the classroom. So yeah, it's like because I love creating. I also like, starting business and all, but I'm not smart enough to do like start a whole new business myself. But I really like creating stuff and like starting my own things. So I've always wanted to do things like that together with a friend because I've always done it alone and I feel very tired and lonely. So after like this happened, meeting new groups of friends, then only I realized like, wow, there's actually so many like-minded people, like you said, like you see like-minded people, and then I don't feel lonely anymore and I feel much more supported. I feel like there's hope. There's hope in what I'm doing. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, like I hate to say this, like every time you say something, I was like, oh my god, I can resonate with this.
Relatable. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
recently, like it was just a small event, like happened 2 days ago. Do you happen to know this app called Notion?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I went to one of their community event in London. Like it's something that always wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like okay, once I come down to London, I'm career switching into finance, and then networking is very important. So I started going different networking events. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. That already made me feel like, oh yeah, like I feel I can find some like-minded people. But this Notion event that really, I was so happy after that event. I was so excited because like really all the people there, like I mean like people that uses Notion are more personal people or like sometimes creator and all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
so solopreneur. So most of the people are of the same kind over there. They're just happily sharing. One of them is a YouTuber. Like I was telling him like, oh, I'm looking for an intern, like how it's so hard. And then he was like, oh, I created a Facebook group about that, we should chat after that, and then I can help you find maybe editor. And then I was like, oh my god, like such a amazing place. I was
Community.
like, I really
Okay.
find my own kind of people here, which I'm really happy about. Yeah,
Yeah,
but at the
yeah.
same time, definitely, I think one of the previous podcast guests I learned this from a previous podcast guest, and definitely I think understanding that different friend groups have different purpose, it's totally
Yeah.
fine. Like I
Yeah.
still have this, I have this law friend back in Nottingham, which I think actually for most of the interests in life, we're not fully aligned, but then we are still quite close. Like, and especially recently after I went out, when I went out for like amazing dates, I just felt like sharing, and then I just like on the train back, I was just like texting him. are you free for a call right now? I just went on this amazing date. I just want to share. Yeah, so yeah, but then like I guess I also learned that definitely there's like-minded groups where you will really enjoy, but there's also other friends for different purposes, which still can stay at friends, and then you just yeah, like
Yeah.
enjoy the different value that they give or something.
Yeah. That's very true. I agree.
Yeah. Just wondering, what do you do as an artist? Like what do you do in a day as an artist?
Right now, honestly, I feel like if you do music right now, if you want to be an artist, you have to be somewhat of a influencer online on Instagram. So you need to create presence. You need to keep doing content and try to find ways to build my brand, because like,
Mm-hmm.
being an artist is not just about singing and writing songs. It's also about your brand, because there's a lot of people who can sing, who can write, but maybe they are not well known because their brand is not strong enough. So a lot of marketing needs to be done for my songs. So I do a lot of planning for my content, like shooting, editing, posting stuff, thinking about content, researching on different artists, how they success, things like that. But at the same time, I'm also doing my freelance stuff. So like my photography, videography stuff. I also go watch concerts a lot. Like not like big concerts, but also like small indie gigs, and like network with people, meet new people. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It sounds quite busy. Like, are you able to manage it well?
I have ADHD, so it's like honestly, I agree with what you said. Like when you're unemployed, you're even more busy, right? I can relate to that because that's very true. Um, Sometimes I feel so messy in my head, and I don't really know what I'm doing, and I feel very lost, and I don't know if I should continue do what I'm doing, because the thought of you should go back to corporate and do a full-time job and get a stable income, that thought is still like in the back of my mind, and it still pops up from time to time. But then my producer, my boyfriend would always reassure me that I'm on the right path, I should keep doing, don't give up. But I feel like the hardest thing is trusting myself, because it's it's very hard to trust myself, honestly.
So, yes, how did you overcome the part where you don't trust yourself and
Yeah. Basically, I just see it as um I kind of see it like intrusive thoughts. I just let it flow. I acknowledge it, but I let it flow, because I don't want to fight the thoughts, because the more you fight it, the stronger it will come back. So I just acknowledge it and just let it flow. And also I tell myself that I would rather have what I have right now than to go back to work a 9 to 5 corporate job, because I hate that so much. And if I go back, although it gives me a stable life, but I'm pretty sure I won't be happy and I'll feel very depressed. I would dread to go to work every day. Yeah. And I also believe that people in the 20s, like people's 20s are meant to be, exploring life and building a foundation for what you want for the rest of your life, than to just go for money and get a stable life. It's like, yeah, that's what I think.
I totally agree with you. I think I was very happy also. I think when I made my decision to resign, I'm glad my dad is quite supportive, and then he was just telling this one thing lah, like basically you are young and then your youth is your capital. Like you're young, you can still do
Yeah.
things, try things out, Yeah, but I truly admire how you can just let things go and then let it flow. I think that's something I still struggle. I think whenever something I have this kind of toxic thing when things go really well, and then I would overthink and then have a very high expectation, and then usually I'll get disappointed when it doesn't go that way. But when things do go badly, even though it's just like it's not that bad, but then I will overthink as well, and then think that it will turn out very very bad and all this kind of stuff. So that is something that I am definitely working on. I recently went for therapy because I learned from so many podcast guests that they went to a therapy and then it helped them. I am hoping I can overcome that lah. Yeah, so that's what I'm working
Actually,
on.
I have that too. Is like when things are going very smoothly, then I'll start to overthink that. I'll think that something bad will happen because everything is too smooth. But then at the same time, when everything's like bad things that happen, I'm thinking, okay, all these bad things are prepping for me for something good to happen.
But I
I,
like your
I think
mindset
that
though.
way.
I like your mindset though. Like I think that is a good balance because I always remember this. I don't really trust luck. Because I don't know, I just don't like the idea of it. But I read this somewhere, I forgot where is it. So apparently there's this guy and he looked at luck in a very positive manner. So when good things happen, it's kind of I guess it's kind of similar to how you view it. Like when good things happen, he'll say that, oh, it's just because I'm lucky, and then it wouldn't happen that often. Yeah, and then when bad things happen when bad things happen, he would think the same way. Like, okay, it's just I'm not so lucky this time around, but it's just bad luck. It wouldn't happen that often as well. So he managed to balance it in quite a I don't know how quite a grounded way. He wouldn't overthink too far, or overthink too badly. So I guess it's kind of like your way, which is really amazing, and it's something that I try to learn. And if I believe in luck, I will hope that I will believe it like this way. Yeah, which is amazing. Yeah,
But you
that is
said like
amazing.
your therapist got sick, and then what happened?
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, because that just now there was some technical difficulties. Yeah, I think it's just because I only started therapy. I only started therapy like for this. Yeah, I think I can say a few funny story in between. So I only started therapy 3 weeks ago. I had my first session. It took me quite a long time. I was like, even after I think it was only at the third podcast guest we went to therapy that I was realized like I must go therapy. And then even by then it took me like 2 more weeks until I pressed the button and then go and book for the session. It's like,
Oh,
like I should have went so much earlier after I went for the first one. But okay, so my therapist got sick, so like for 3 weeks over for okay, this one is the third week already. Next week I'll have my second session, which I'm very excited about. So for these 3 weeks I don't have any therapy. And then during this time, so
mm.
many things happen. I think this when it was the morning of the second session that I got the notification that she got sick, so she can't make it for that session. And then the coming 3 weeks, I was like, I have so many questions prepared. I have like a list of questions that I want to ask and learn from it because
Mm.
that time I went for my first amazing date in London.
Okay.
So I was like,
Okay.
oh my god, like I can't get this girl out of my head. And then I think I want to manage my expectations and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, it
I
was
see.
quite a
Okay.
hard time for me. But I think the good things about this 3 weeks is that it also, because ultimately, I think for therapy, therapy is not like you go therapy and then you fix things. Like therapy is not
Mm.
supposed to be this way. It's more like it's a process of getting you helping you get back onto society, and then you can rely on yourself. So like helping you to learn which way works best for you. Yeah, it's not that you should rely on a therapy for the rest of your life. It's like it's getting you back to helping yourself on your own ways. And then throughout these weeks I learned a lot on that. So I did a lot of reflection journaling. I would like truly I'll just list down my thoughts, list down how I felt, like really like how my mind is feeling, how my muscles are feeling, how my heart is feeling, and then like slowly write down, okay, is this a projection or is this what I'm thinking? Like what is the underlying thoughts and all that kind of stuff? Like it's a very long process. Um, it's a very long process. Like took me hours to like 1 hour or something to do that, but it really helped me a lot. After that, it cleared my mind, and then it just not for. I think I did like 4 reflection journaling. The 4 reflection journaling throughout this period. It's so okay. I guess I can shed some details as well.
So
The first. Hmm?
all of it is like writing down how you feel. All of them are like the same
Uh,
process.
yes. But then, like for the first 2 reflection journaling, it's for one particular amazing date, and then the third reflection journaling is for this one. It's not a date. This is just like I accidentally offended someone, which I thought originally I was helping. So I kind of felt. I questioned myself, but then I did that reflection journaling and understood that okay, it's not really my fault. I have some fault, but not fully my fault and all this kind of stuff. And then the fourth one, most recent one, did it on Monday, was about the last few dates that I went to as well. Yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
like that's how I cope it. Yeah. Yeah,
I
it's
never see
really
myself going to therapies, honestly.
hmm? Yeah.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
it's
Hmm?
uh-huh.
I guess it depends on people. Like I mean, like it's good if you don't have to go for it. But I think if you realize that you have to go for it, it's not a bad thing as well. It's I love I love how therapy for me right now. It's more like okay, example where for a creator you have as a creator myself, definitely I know what videos I want to make, but then at the same time I know I need to do video editing and all this kind of stuff, which is very troublesome. So
Mm-hmm.
I would love to outsource that so that I can focus on my creative vision. The way I view therapy is like I am working on my getting my goal, like my life goal and all this. And then sometimes all this mental stuff will just come and bother me. So now that I have a
Mm-hmm.
therapist, I'll just throw all this problem to her and then like let her help me figure out so that I don't have to process it myself. So it kind of make my life a bit
Okay.
smoother. Yeah, that's how I view it, and
Okay.
I really enjoy it for now. Even though it's just the first session, I
Uh,
look forward to the upcoming session. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like how you word that. Like it's like
Mhm.
hiring someone to manage your mental health for you.
Yes, actually, honestly, like I can dump my trauma on her, and then like can like any bad things, like I can just kind of rant on her, whatever. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
That's
Yeah,
nice. That's nice.
yeah. So I don't know, like for people who are interested, definitely I'll recommend them to try out. Yeah, but yeah, like during this whole process, I guess, or even perhaps during your previous corporate job, have you
Mhm.
experienced burnout?
Actually, I feel like the most burnout I've been is in uni,
Oh,
because there
okay, I
was
missed that
one
part. Yeah.
time I was in my third year. Wait, no, first year. And I was
Hmm.
being too ambitious and greedy. I was doing way too many things at the same time. So it's um like apart from my studies and exams, I was also a part-time piano teacher. I
Oh
was
wow.
also a part-time flute teacher. I teach piano at like nearby my house, but at the same time I'm also preparing for my piano grade 8 exam. So I'm
Oh wow.
learning and teaching at the same time at the same center. And also I'm teaching flute at University of Nottingham in the Chinese Orchestra Society. So I was teaching flute there. But at the same time I'm also learning erhu because
Okay.
my friend said like, "Oh, you teach me flute, then I'll teach you erhu." So it's like I have to learn the instrument, and at the same time I'm also like the conductor, the performance director for orchestra, so I have to conduct and lead the practice and all, and and yeah,
I feel
it's
like
like
you're
too many
practically
things at the
starting a
same
whole
time.
music school yourself.
Yeah, and during that time I was also in a very bad relationship. I was like very unhappy in the relationship, so it's like I'm managing so many things at the same time, and it was like the most burnout I've ever been in my whole life.
Hmm.
Yeah, that one is burnout. But then you're talking about in my corporate job, I don't exactly feel burnout. It's more like I
Oh, that's
feel
amazing.
stuck and I feel depressed. I
Hmm.
feel even though I'm busy, it's not burnout like the uni one because um um it's a different kind of feeling. That one I feel unhappy and depressed because it's not what I want to do. I feel useless there. I feel hopeless there. It's a different kind of feeling than burnout. Yeah. And right now, even though I'm still busy and balancing a lot of stuff, I know that it's the right path for me and it's what I want to do. So I don't feel burnt out. So it's like
See,
it's it's a feeling you get depending on the context. Yeah.
I get what you mean. I totally get what you mean. Yeah, but yeah, interesting. I recently learned this as well because like I think I got burned out last year when I was doing my in my job and all this. Cause like they say like when you're doing all this, like right now we're creators, you're doing music, I'm doing podcasts, definitely passion plays a huge role because you don't earn money, so you need the passion to keep it going. And I realized
Mhm.
that's the same thing for actually corporate job as well. No matter how much they pay you, initially it's a money thing, and then in the end you will need the passion to sustain it. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't work
Mm.
out. So you have only experienced pretty much once. You say you're burnout.
Yeah. What's your definition of burnout?
I actually, you're the first one to ask that. You're the first one to ask that. I don't know. I guess for me, it's the like there's that feeling sometimes when you're just so tired of doing things that you just don't have, like, especially it feels more apparent when you're doing something you love, like even something you love, you just don't feel like you doing it anymore. I guess that's what is burnout. Yeah, very good. Like, no one have
Yeah.
ever asked me the definition, and then I guess I should really search it up, and then I should like put it there, like, okay, when someone asks me, okay, what's the definition of burnout? Yeah,
Yeah. Or maybe everyone's definition of burnout is different.
could be actually, yes.
But yeah, but if it's like in my life, like the most burnout I've been is that one I told you in uni. That
Mm-hmm.
was like until the point that I feel like I want to take a break from music, the thing that I love the most, because it's really, affecting my mental health. And it took me like a few months to slowly get back to music. And since then, I've been very careful with how I approach music, because to me, music is like a very precious thing to me, and I don't want it to become something I hate. So I try to make it balanced, more balanced as possible.
Okay, that's really cool. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, now going into the juicy details. So, well, you shared that you're in a relationship, and then, like, I'm very happy that you're in an amazing relationship. Um, what I don't know, how long, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you guys been together? Like the current relationship?
Officially since April, so
Oh
it's
wow, that's beautiful.
7 months.
Okay, for you,
Yeah.
what makes a good relationship work?
What makes a good relationship work?
It's okay if you don't know. Totally, it's fine. Like, I'm like,
I feel like at least to me, having the same passion is very important,
Mhm.
because not passion, but like having the same mindset is important, because um I feel like my previous relationships failed. Um, it's not just because of personality not compatible, but also like how we do things, how we see things, and what we think about different things is very different. So it's very hard to make it work, because um both of us would end up being very unhappy. Like, especially in the last relationship I have. I just feel like even though I'm in a relationship, I feel like I'm single, because I'm always doing everything myself, and he's not involved in my life at all. And we meet once per week, and when we meet up, we don't know what to do, because we literally have no similar interests. It's like I feel like not having the similar interest is fine, but it's also about putting in the effort to understand each other's interests. But I guess if you're really not interested in doing that, it's very hard to change that person. Like you said, like you cannot change a person to make them become how you like them to be. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's very hard to explain. It's a
I
lot.
get what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, amazing. I totally understand what you mean, I guess. But I guess in your case, I think it's like different. I guess my previous relationship, yeah, I think the mindset is different, and then like our interest is slightly different, and then I was like, I guess I was very ambitious and driven, and then she's not
Mm-hmm.
so much, at least in my opinion, and that is like how it did not work out lah. Yeah, like I was generally a bit
Mm.
tired, like kind of. It's not that she did not contribute. Perhaps it's the way that she contribute is not something that I truly enjoy. I truly see it, and so I guess that did not work out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah. Because
yeah.
what everyone wants in a relationship is different. But I think
Yes.
for like creative people, like us, I feel like maybe like we would want a partner who is also like who are as ambitious as us, so that we can like do things together. As I feel like, like doing things together with your partner is very important because it's where you connect with each other. For people like us, I guess, but for like people who are not like that, I think they will be very happy living like an how do I say this?
I feel like you're not trying to not get yourself cancelled.
Like they will be happy with a very simple life,
Yes, yes. I
and
mean,
they are okay
nothing wrong.
with
Like, I
not
guess
having.
different people
Yeah,
look
there's
at life
nothing wrong.
differently.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
I
it's just
totally
that
get what you
different people
mean.
want different things in life. Yeah, and
Exactly.
it's okay to
Exactly.
have like to want like a very simple life and just be okay with simple life.
Yes, yes. That is
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
that's very true. That's very true. Yeah. But yeah, you touched on how you met your current like, your current partner through Bumble. How I don't know what's your experience with online dating? I guess this part, sorry, it's more of my personal question because like right now I'm on online dating and then like I'm learning from people.
Uh-huh.
Especially
Uh-huh.
one thing I need to touch on is I really appreciate a female's perspective. Yes, because like
Okay.
definitely it's like very different from the female side. So yeah.
Yeah, I think um okay, I would say that it's very different for every female because I have
Okay.
friends who also use online dating apps and it failed terribly for them. But for me, it works out pretty well, honestly,
Hmm?
because I actually met my previous ex on dating app as well. So, I
So
guess
you are
I'm a very online
like a
dating kind of
dating app
person.
super user.
Yeah, maybe. But then, it only take me like at most 1 month
Hmm?
for me to like meet the right person online. Cause like, for my previous ex, I actually met him during my like third day or fourth day using the app, and
It's so
for this
fast.
one, for the current one, is also around the same. Like the most is 1 month. I forgot specifically how long, but it's not more than 1 month. Yeah, so it's for me it works out pretty. Maybe
Interesting.
I
That's
just
really
have a lot.
nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I it's been good now, and then I have been pretty enjoying using online dating app. I feel like I might find the one soon, but definitely relationship is a two-way thing. So I don't want to be like I feel like it's oversharing on this podcast, man. I was like,
It's
luckily this
fine.
podcast is not like coming out tomorrow. It's like coming out in a few weeks, and then I don't know by that time things would have changed and all that. Yeah, but yeah, just it's really really cool how I loved hearing that from you, and then I love hearing it's the first time, definitely like I said just now, first time hearing success stories on it's not that okay, I only had one more conversation, but then she's still looking. She's still on. She's still looking for the right person. So that's not that there's failures, but it's not yet success. Yeah, so it's amazing. But just all these questions after this, I think it's more of my question. Do you have any like I don't know for you, at least for you, do you have any preference on by how many dates? Does it have to be to know the right one? Like, what's your if there's any standard operating procedure for you?
I don't think there's like a standard procedure because
Hmm?
I feel like it varies to
Hmm?
like it depends on the person, depends on the chemistry we have. I'm
Okay.
more of a go with the flow type of person. And if it feels right, it feels right. If it feels like it's not time yet, then it's not time yet. Yeah, so
I
it's
see.
there's no rules and regulations for me. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Have you gotten rejected?
No, because I usually don't go for people. Usually people come for me. So I
I
I
see, I see.
never
Okay.
really, never really confessed my love for someone before. I'm a
Mm,
very shy person, very
mm,
introverted. So even if I like
mm.
someone, I wouldn't express it, or
I
maybe
see.
I would express it very subtly, but I wouldn't like go all the way out to chase that
Mm.
person. Yeah,
I see. No,
yeah.
but in more simple cases, like I don't know, just like have you because okay, for me, at least in my case, the reason why I asked is that basically I've definitely went out dates, but then like after more deeper conversation, then I realized that okay, this person might not be compatible. Then I'll just text and say that I'm like it was a really amazing conversation. I love to I enjoyed the whole night, but then I don't think you're not someone I'm looking for in a relationship, so I'll like politely reject
Mm-hmm.
after the date. Have you experienced that?
Let me think.
Wow,
I
you have a lot of experience.
have. Oh my god. Okay.
It's
I
okay if you're
have went out
uncomfortable
on.
with sharing. You don't have to share. You can just let me know. I'm totally fine.
So like, before I met my current boyfriend, I went out on a few dates with like different people, but most of them is like um, it's all right. Some of them are nice. Some of them are
Mm,
bad. I mean, I never received that kind of text. It's mostly
mm.
like I tell them, no, I don't want to continue this, things like
Okay,
that.
I
But like
see.
when I met my current one, even during the first date, I already know that there's a chance that me and him might be together.
Mm,
So it's like I feel like I can tell on the first date.
mm.
Yeah, but like the others one, when I feel like it's like a normal, like it's good date, it's good first dates, but it's not to the point that where I think that okay, I might have a chance with this person in the future to be in a serious relationship. Yeah. Uh yeah. But when I feel that like when I got serious with like my current one, I just block all of them.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. That leads us into the next question, which I
Okay,
really wanna.
okay, wait,
Mm?
wait. Before I blocked them, I texted them first. I said
Okay,
like,
that's amazing.
it's like I don't think we should like talk anymore, blah blah. And I didn't block, I unfollowed them on Instagram. Like block is a very word.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. I
Okay,
unfollowed
very
them.
interesting. Okay, very interesting. Because for me, it's slightly different. I don't know if that's the right way. So, like, basically, what I do, what I do is that I would still love to continue as friendship. So, because like the conversation that is still nice. So usually, whether I followed on
Uh-huh.
Instagram or not, or even after, it's like sometimes it's after that. Then I'll ask like, okay, so like, definitely, I don't think that you're someone I'm looking in the relationship, but. If you're happy to still be friends, I would love to be connected on Instagram. If they send Instagram, then I would love to do that.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, like just very different for me, I guess. I don't know, like I guess I'm not sure if they mind. Yeah, actually, yeah, sometimes I'll actually try to provide value, because like I remember there's a few that I met which are more, they're graduate, they're looking for jobs, so I will share my LinkedIn
Uh-huh.
premium referral, which give them 2 months,
Oh.
and then I'll be like, you need that? I'm like, I'm
What?
happy to share that with you. Because I don't know, I mean, like it's not,
School.
it's, they're still interesting, just that definitely not someone I can see myself in a relationship with. So I would still
Mm.
be friends and all that. But yeah, but I definitely have clearly like say told them that, oh, I'm not into a relationship with you lah. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I've
But mm,
unfollowed them is because is I unfollowed them out of respect for my current boyfriend. That's
I
why
see.
I did it.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
I'll I'll have this conversation with my upcoming one. I don't know when, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely
For
it's
everyone
a
is
it's a good
different, lah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good conversation
Yeah,
to have.
yeah.
Yeah. But yes, so like just now, okay, all this following question, if you're uncomfortable with sharing, just let me know. It's totally fine. It's more of like
Yeah.
personal question.
Okay.
I'm learning. Okay, so you mentioned that like, cause like definitely you know this is getting serious, and then you're unblocking all the other ones. So this is sort of the case that I
Mm-hmm.
have right now. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
my current case is that I I have two prospects. I have two prospects, because like, so this two
Okay.
I went out. It's like quite interesting. Um, like definitely I didn't tell them. I did not go and tell them. I'm actually dating another one right now. Like just like figuring out who's the right one.
Okay.
But I just
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering how does, definitely we're on online dating. Online dating is more fast paced, but just wondering, how does a female view this? Do you see that I'm someone like, oh, are you a playboy or something like this? Yeah.
I feel like that's a tough question.
There's
Because I
no right
actually
or wrong. Just
did
just share
that
your
because
opinion. Just
Yeah. Because I was also like that. I was like, dating a few people, and I told all of them in the first place that I said that, I'm not really looking for a serious relationship right now. And
Hmm?
it's not exclusive.
That's good.
I'm just like, dating around. And
Oh, that's good. That's good.
um because I don't want them to have high expectations on me, and I don't want them to feel like, like I'm a very mean person to do that. So that's why I told them during the first day, and I said that very clearly. And all of them are okay. So I
Hmm.
feel like I don't really know if, like, let's say one of them told me that they're also like dating another girl. If I'm also like in the same situation, I wouldn't mind. But let's say if um I met I was in the dating phase with someone I see I would have a serious relationship later on. I feel if I am like exclusive to him and he is not exclusive with me, I would feel unhappy. I would feel hurt. But then um um I feel like there's a mature way to communicate this. Like, that person has to say that what his intentions are and what's his thought process like. Yeah, but I would definitely say that it's not something all girls would be happy about. It
Yes,
depends
yes,
on
that's what I'm very
if the
afraid
girl
of.
is yeah, it depends if the girl is emotionally mature enough to take this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for all this advice. Yeah, definitely. Cause like at least for okay for in my case, definitely I'm oversharing this on this podcast. I hope I don't know. Like I'll see how it goes. Yeah, yeah. So basically, definitely there's this two prospect. Just went out on the first date with them. I'm still, I for me I will make my for now I'm making my final decision after I've had the second date with all of them. Then like for both of them, not all of them. There's only both right now. I need to, and I want to make it, I want to make it clear, like having this two already is giving me a headache. I definitely am very worried of hurting either of them. That's why I'm making my final decision after the second date, and then so this is what I'm doing, and then after the second date, definitely I'm choosing to focus on one, and then like even right now, I'm primarily use Hinge. I think after the first date of these two, I was like, yeah, let's pause Hinge. I was like, yeah, I really should. It's so scary now. And then I still have a few chats going on. Like I keep them as chats because I don't want. I have these two right now, and then by the time if I confirm one of them, I'm actually just gonna text them that telling them that yeah I have. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I found a person that I would like to spend more time, and I don't want to give false expectation and all this. But I think the hardest part is after both dates, definitely I have to reject one. So I think I'm still figuring out how to deal with that. Yeah, but yeah, thank you for your advice and all this. And
Good
yeah,
luck on that.
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Interesting. Wow. Amazing. So thank you for sharing about your relationship experience and then about your about your online dating experience. Like that's more personally, yeah, personal stuff. But yeah, let's get out of this relationship bubble. Okay, just wondering,
Alright.
have you
Uh-huh.
are you currently experiencing or have you experienced quarter life crisis or it's one of the story that you shared previously?
Quarter life crisis. What's your definition of quarter life crisis?
I think okay, this one I'm clearer because I think it's a pretty much new thing and it's pretty much the reason why I started this podcast. So it's kind of like in our generation, we feel like right now our life is comfortable but not ideal, I guess. Like there's always this kind of comparison and all this kind of stuff. Like you have a job and then but then you feel like you could be doing more and all this kind of stuff. This kind of feeling. So like you're wondering, yeah, what you want to do. Like at least for me, guess like my quarter life crisis is during when I was in Meta and then I got good money and all this, but then I realized like, it's not really something I enjoy. I feel I could be doing more. I could like even though I earn a lot of money now, but then I don't really enjoy my life. I could be doing something else and all this. So it's just I guess it's part of the confused stage of adulting because like there's no really playbook for how to be an adult, something like that. Yeah. It's okay if you don't have it, because I have a few guests, which is amazing. They never had this. I was like, one of them even said that I never had a crisis, just because of how he deal with crisis and all that, which is really amazing. Yeah, it's amazing hearing from different people.
I don't know if it's considered a quarter life crisis for me, but it's like what I told you just now. Like I was feeling lost. I had the thought of like going back to corporate, but at the same time, I know that I'm gonna feel depressed if I go there. But at the same time, I want to do music, but I know I'm not gonna earn from it. So I don't know. Is this considered my quarter life crisis?
I guess it is. As long as, I mean, there's no clear definition for it. As long as you think it is, then I guess it is. Yeah, but yeah,
Then I
it's
feel
it's
like
amazing.
yeah, I feel like this quarter life crisis is gonna last for quite some time then.
I mean, honestly,
Because
like
there's
like
no
even
exact. Uh-huh.
even
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me,
say.
I'm not so sure that my quarter life crisis is over. Now I'm just thinking that what I'm going into, the job that I'm gonna find, is probably something that I enjoy. Who knows? After jumping into it, it's like right now it's just theoretically. I could jump into it and then I still
Mm,
hate it. I was like, then I get like quarter life
yeah.
crisis continued and all this. So I totally get what you mean. You say like it might not have ended. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it needs a lot of time, a lot of exploring, trying different things in order to get over that, I guess.
Yes. Yes. I totally get what you mean. I think trying different thing is very essential. It's definitely encouraged. Sometimes what I realize, I don't know, I guess from a more Asian background, we try to be perfect on things. Like we are taught, everything have to be
Yeah,
perfect. But in
yeah.
fact, sometimes I think doing things wrong, or like finding something that's not right for us, is good as well, because like it cancels out, letting us know that this is not suitable for us. There's nothing wrong with things not suitable for us.
Mm,
Yeah, it's like throughout this
yeah,
cancellation
yeah.
process that we probably would find something that we are more into and all that. Yeah. What's your recent biggest struggle?
My recent biggest struggle is to to find a stable income. It's still my struggle. Because I'm doing freelance photography and videography. Um, I just quit another part-time job. I don't know if that's considered full-time or part-time. It's basically a 3 months contract. Singing in Hilton KL, Hilton Hotel
Okay,
KL.
wow.
Yeah, so I was singing there Monday to Thursday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. for
Mhm.
3.5 months. Yeah, and then the contract ended and I didn't continue because first of all, the agency is really bad. They have very, very bad management. Second of all, they lowball me really bad, so the pay is so much lower than the standard pay.
I was gonna
And
ask you, like, is it
third,
good money because like Hilton KL and all that, but apparently not, I guess.
yeah, right. Like the problem is the agency. They take a lot. It's not the hotel. The hotel people are very nice, but the agency sucks.
I see.
And then the third reason is because um the singing hours are way too long, like 6 to 11, and it's 4 sets. Means 45 minutes performing, 45 minutes resting, and it's a bit tiring for my vocal, and also it's getting boring for me because I prefer singing original songs than to sing covers. Uh, and it's kind of getting very mundane and very boring for me, so I stopped that. Yeah. Honestly, if it's like 3 nights per week and it's 3 sets, I'll be okay. But then 4 nights, 4 sets is too much for me. So I stopped. Um and I know that, being like a in-house singer is not what I want in the future. It's not my career goal. I'm just using it as like a crossover thing for me to reach my ultimate goal, which is like to be an artist. So I decided that to stop that would be a good decision, and I would shift my focus on improving other aspects of myself to in order to reach my goal. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. But at the same time also like doing freelance stuff to sustain myself. But then a lot of my freelance jobs are from friends, close friends. And I'm still very I would say I'm still not very experienced when it comes to um, doing freelance business because I am always very nice to my friends and I do it for free sometimes. I charge them very low, give them discounts. So that's the reason why, my stable is very unstable. Yeah. So that's my biggest struggle, Naga.
See. Thank you for sharing that. Amazing. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's turn around and talk about something more fun. What's the one thing you love about yourself?
Something I love about myself. Uh, Actually, I would say I'm a very intuitive person. Yeah, and um, you know that MBTI thingy.
Okay, yes, absolutely. The personality tests, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an INFP. So basically, I just do things according to my feeling, according to
Mhm.
however I want it to be. But at the same time, I'm also um very I don't know how to say this because I do like to do things very nicely and tidily. I would plan things, I would organize things, I
Hmm.
would follow them. But at the same time,
Interesting.
I have very messy thoughts. And I'm still figuring out that side of myself too, honestly. I still don't know how my brain works, but I'm messy and organized at the same time. Yeah, but I do like that I'm a very intuitive person and I pretty much what I feel about things are true, or I would say that I can manifest things really well. Like
Yeah.
if it's something I want, I would work on it and I always get what I want, I would say. It takes time, but I would say what I want, what if I have that thing in my mind, I will always have it at the end. So I guess that's something I like about myself.
It's amazing. I guess like now then we go if we go back to very early on when you talk about trusting yourself and all this kind of stuff. I guess you should really trust yourself then. I think you have
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like
Yeah.
because like
I
earlier
do. It's
this
just that,
year. Oh,
you know.
go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, you say first.
Earlier this year, I think I realized that I guess definitely as I said earlier, my self-esteem is very low, and then definitely I've doing this moving down to London unemployed stuff is quite scary. It's quite a huge move, and then I was a bit worried. But then I think I started believing in myself a lot more recently. Reason being, I realized when I when I have a high conviction towards something that I really want to do, I would actually I would do my best to make sure that it make it happen. And even though it might not come out as expected, usually I don't lose anything. I would gain experience or like financially wise, so I'll turn out to be better either way. Even though it's not like I like I wish to earn X amount of money from this. Maybe I did not get that, but I will still be better than when I started. That's because I did three different risk early on in life, and this is like for out of that three risks it turned out well. Then I realized that actually yeah, then I think I can have, I believe it's no longer luck anymore. It's just that I would work hard to make sure things work so I can start being confident in myself and make sure that like just don't need to worry that much lah. Yeah, but back to you.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Um,
No worries. If
what
you
was I saying?
forgot, like if you thought about it, let me know. We can jump back into that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. You well today I think until today your journey have been really interesting. Like you've done so many things. I think today you definitely fit the cool girl, cool girl type. Like
Really?
you have done so many things. Now you're artist and all this. It will be quite, I don't know. Even though you are not if you don't see yourself as successful as you are still, you have done so much that it's worthy to be said that you have achieved something in your life. But what is the biggest sacrifice you have made to be where you are today? Where you are today? Yeah,
I don't think I did any like big sacrifice. I feel like
that's
everything kind of
amazing.
just like flows to me. It feels natural to me because I feel like it's my calling. If it's my calling, then it it definitely will like work out. Maybe the sacrifice I did is to not have a stable corporate income.
Yeah, I don't know. I trust that it will soon come. I don't know, like it's just the same way for this podcast that I'm doing. Definitely, oh my God, I have zero income from it. And then, yeah, I guess I'm just hoping that it will work out. I don't know. Yeah.
I feel like as long as you enjoy doing that thing, it doesn't matter. And
That
it will
is
always
the
work out.
that is the one big thing that I truly learned. I feel like doing what you enjoy is very, very important. Yeah, like it really need to we especially us as Asian, we really need to forget about the money part a lot. Like, and
Yeah.
I yeah, like, cause like I think I understand like Asian perspective. We grow up like, especially our maybe our parents or our grandparents, they grew up really poor, so money became a very important thing for them. But I think right now it's
Yeah, yeah.
that like, even I was telling, I think when I was I was at this transitional period looking for a new job. I was chatting with my dad, and then I was saying that I'm hoping to find a job that I kind of enjoy, and then definitely and can earn money as well. And then he's telling me, he's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's possible. I think like, even though he's like, he's the boss of his own company, and then he's saying that, it's like, I don't think that's possible. I think like definitely jobs, there are some parts where you just hate, and then it's always at the end of the month when the pay comes in, and then you'll be like, oh, it's all worth it. But I don't know, for myself, I still truly trust that there is a way. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I do agree that for the full-time job you have, you don't always love it,
Mm.
but I think what's more important is actually doing something that feels meaningful or make you feel
Yes.
that you're useful.
Mm.
Because I think a lot of people, they feel like they hate their job, they want to leave their job. It's because um they feel like they don't have a purpose in that job or in that company, and what they do is very mundane, and uh, uh there's no direction. It feels like they're stuck there. That's why like a lot of people hate their job. But I think a lot of
Mm.
people don't love their job, but they stay and they're okay with it because it feels meaningful.
True, true. Okay, that is actually very true. I get what you mean. Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for that. Final question of the day, actually. What's one question have I not asked, or have you not asked, that you think everyone should ask? So it could be either me, a question that I should have asked you, or a question that you want to ask me that you think everyone should ask.
That's a very good question.
This is something I
uh,
learned recently. I was like, oh my God, it's so suitable. Like, I have to put it in. I've been listening. Like, I think what you
I
do, you like, as an artist, you will go concerts and all this. You learn from that. For me, podcaster, I'll listen to different podcasts just to learn from all the questions that they ask.
mm. I feel like this is also like one of the questions people ask in interviews. It's like job interviews. It's like,
Yes.
um, um, what did they ask? They asked like, what's during this interview, what's something about me that make you doubt my ability? Something like that. It's like a very tricky question, but then it's like a
Yes.
good question.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um. Okay. One thing you should ask. Maybe you should ask me about my next release.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yes. So okay, tell us more about all the releases you have right now, if you don't mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My okay. I would say as an artist, I am still experimenting and trying out different genres and different music styles. Because I do love a lot of listening to a lot of genres of music, but I think it's important to have a specific style. Um, being an artist, because you cannot. It doesn't really always work when you do so many different things, because it will be like all over the place. It's better to focus on one. So my first song, Scavenger, it's more like a ballad, Chinese ballad, pop thing. And then my second one is Crying Sun, which is like a sad song, sad hopeful song. The third one is Unrequited Love. That one is more like a dreamy R&B kind of song. Uh, and the fourth one is 早已忘记, and that one's like a super happy song, like jazzy. I mean, I love all of it. But I would say like I'm a sad person. I'm a sad and calm person by nature. So like the songs I write automatically it sounds very soothing, like calm and sad, like my first two songs. But at the same time, I love Billie Eilish and Lana Del Rey, and
Okay.
I feel like my voice is a bit like Billie Eilish, it's like very soft and like a bit airy, and Lana Del Rey, her songs are like very dreamy, a lot of reverbs. So that one, from my third song, Unrequited Love, you can see a lot of dreamy stuff. I would say that's kind of like Lana Del Rey inspired, because I listened to her songs growing up and really love that kind of style. And 早已忘记 is, I mean, I love jazz too. So honestly, I really don't know what direction I'm going for, but I feel like most of my songs would be more on a dreamy kind of song and more towards the sad side. Yeah, but then, as a songwriter, usually you write songs based on how you feel.
Mm.
And I would say starting from last year or early this year, I start to write a lot of more upbeat songs and happier songs because maybe because I know that I'm on the right path and I'm happier right now. Plus influence from my boyfriend who's a EDM
Oh, that's good.
producer. The beats he produces is always like very upbeat and more happy. So I feel like there will be a change in the direction of my songs. I don't know, honestly. I'm still experimenting.
Beautiful. Tell us about your next release now.
Yeah, the next release is a sad song and it's also a bit like dreamy. It's actually a duet, a male and
Mm.
female duet, and the male is a friend from Nottingham. I don't
Ooh.
know if you know him. His name is Simon Young.
Oh, I
He
know him. Yes, I
is.
know him. Absolutely, yes.
Oh, really? You know him?
Yes.
How do you know
Yeah, I know
him?
him. Sorry?
How do you know him? How do you know
I
him?
think it's through events. I think because like I was just organizing I was in Youth Entrepreneurship Society, and then I think there's a few engineering students, so then they came out the
Uh-huh.
committee and all that kind of stuff. That's how I know him. Yeah. So
Uh,
it's a small world. It's a
okay.
very small world.
Yeah. Because I met him because of Music Society, and there was like a band matching thing. Yeah, band matching thing. And we formed a band together. That was my first ever band. And then he has a very nice voice. His voice is like soft and soothing kind of voice. So it really complements my voice well because I think it's very hard to find male singers who has like soft, soothing kind of voice because a lot of singers they are like belting, like loud singers, which is very nice also, but it's just doesn't complement my voice well. So in 2020 2020, yeah, 2021, I participated in this songwriting competition based in Penang. It's called 金风奖, so Golden Frontier Award, and it's a national songwriting competition. The first time I joined was in 2020, and I joined with my friend Noelle. She's also a
Oh,
very amazing singer-songwriter. Oh, she's also from Nottingham, you know?
yeah. I heard of her. I heard of her. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's the one who like brought me into like this music circle, and I joined her as a backing vocal for the competition, and that's where the first time I met so many inspiring musicians, and that really inspired me to take music even more seriously. So I decided to come back next year to submit my own song. So 2021 was the first year I submit my own song, and I wrote a sad song because to me, sad song comes to me naturally because I'm a sad person. So, uh, but then I was thinking, okay, what kind of sad songs can I write? I was thinking maybe a breakup song because sad songs means breakup. But then I wasn't going through a breakup. I write a breakup song just for the sake of the songwriting competitions, just because I can write sad songs. But then I'm not the best when it comes to Chinese lyrics writing. And I know that Simon is very good at writing because sometimes he writes poems and then he posts it on his story. And he's a good singer also. So I was thinking, okay, maybe I can collab with him. So I went to his accommodation at Semenye and we just wrote a song together. He wrote the lyrics, I wrote the melody, and then we recorded straight away and I submitted. I got into the final round. I didn't win because there was a lot of technical issues, and I was very inexperienced when it comes to live performing that time. So I didn't win the competition, but at least it got into final, and I actually really like the hook of the song. So I've always wanted to release that song. Yeah. So I can finally release it now, and I'm very excited for it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That
When is it gonna be released?
will be released on 14th of October.
14th
Yeah,
October is. Oh, okay.
which is
I think by the time this
next.
comes out, it's already released. It's
It's
already
really
released, so definitely everyone should go and listen it. I'll put a link down there, and everyone can check
Thank
it out.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I've always
amazing.
wanted to, release my own songs since I started writing them. But then the reason I didn't is because first of all, releasing a song is expensive because you need you need to hire musicians to play music parts for you. You need a producer to produce the whole song for you. You need audio engineer to do the mixing and mastering. It's expensive, and putting money aside, you have to find a producer that can really match your music taste, because the producer is very important. When it comes to producing music, I procrastinated on that. Not really procrastinated, but I didn't have any progress on releasing music because of that reasons until last year. I forced myself to release the first song. I find friends to help me out with very low budget, and that's where I met my current boyfriend at the production place. Yeah, and since then he's been producing my songs, and I'm glad that our music taste matches. And so far, I've been very happy with all of the songs he produced for me. Yeah. So the next song, is called "I Need a Jeji." English it's called "The End of Love." I'm very glad that um, my boyfriend, his name is Joseph, um, Joke, aka Joke. His artist name is Joke, Joek. I'm very glad that he always managed to make my vision come true, because I have this vision on how I want it to sound like in my head, but I don't know how to produce it because I'm very bad with technical stuff, because you need to use software to produce it, and I'm very bad with that. And he always managed to help my vision come true. So I'm very excited for this release.
That is really lovely. That is amazing. I can really feel the synergy between you and your boyfriend, which I'm happy for both of you. Yeah. That's amazing.
Thank you. I
Okay.
hope you find yours too. With a huge
Yes,
J.
let's hope that happens. Yeah, let's hope that happens. I don't know. I guess I'll keep you updated. Yeah. Hopefully by this
Yeah,
come out, like
sure.
things will be different already. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yes, but then
Okay.
okay. So oh my
Excited
god,
for
like
you.
I totally I don't know. I just never thought of about your songwriting journey and all this. I'm glad that luckily this is a question that I should have asked very early on, and then you should really share about it. So this is amazing. Thank you for sharing all this, and I wish you all the best with your upcoming release as well. But
Thank
one
you.
final question, actually something new that I should ask every all guests as well. What's the one book and one movie that I guess, yeah, what's your one favorite book and movie?
Book. I don't really read now.
Okay, then it's okay.
I
If you
used to
don't really
read a
have it, it's
lot
okay.
in high
Mm.
school, but it's like all fictions. I don't really read non-fictions. Movies. I have a favorite movie, but it's not well known. It's called Memories of Matsuko, and it's a Japanese movie. It has a very crazy story plot, and I generally like movies because I said I'm a sad person, so I love movies with sad endings. I love very like heart torturing kind of stories and movies, because I feel like happy endings, when you watch a movie with happy endings, after I watch it, it ends there. Like I wouldn't really think about it because it's a happy ending. But then when it has a sad ending, when I go back home, I'll keep thinking about it. I'll keep thinking, oh, what's gonna happen if this happens, this and that. And then it just leaves a mark in my heart or in my head because of the sad ending. And in general, this movie is like, I love stories with a lot of like twists. It's a bit of musical, and it's a bit of comedy, it's a bit of tragedy, a bit of violence. It's like everything in one movie. And I think I like the movie apart from these reasons is also because I can really feel the character, because I'm a very empathetic person and I can really feel the character. Um, it's it's a story of it's a love story, and story of how the character longs for love but she never gets it, and how she always get treated so badly in relationships. And maybe that time when I watched I was in a bad relationship and I was thinking, oh my god, this is so relatable. But then that I really love the movie, yeah, and I really feel a lot when I was watching the movie, because I really didn't expect the story, because when I watched it was actually in class, in the film TV class in uni, and for that lecture, that class is actually about color grading in movies, how colors can represent different emotions, and that movie has really, really intense color grading. So because it's in class, so I didn't do any research on what this movie is about. I didn't watch the trailer. I just went in and sit down and watched the whole movie, and I was like, wow, that was intense. Yeah, so that really it has a really deep impression on me, that movie.
See, okay, that is beautiful. Thank you. Because I realize this is an important question. I think it's the previous podcast that the guest actually asked me this question. Then I realized it's actually a question that I should ask all podcast guests. Like, learning about your favorite book or like the movie actually tells a lot about that person as well. Like just from you tell so much about that movie, which is really interesting. But I do agree. I do agree with you. Even myself, I prefer, not that I prefer sad endings, but I don't like happy endings. I like more realistic endings, which usually are slightly sadder. Because happy endings, it just exists in that movie. After that, it just ends there. Like, it's more realistic one that you can really relate with.
Expect the ending.
Yes. So, yeah, I totally agree with you on that fact. Yeah. But yes, thank you for this whole joining us on this podcast. How would I think there's many easy ways to reach out to you. So, what would be the best way for the audience to reach out to you?
Okay, you guys can just follow me on Instagram. It's at SHIYIN_Chiang. So it's SHIYIN_CHEANG. It's very long. A lot of people complain to me that my username is like very hard to find. Maybe I should change it. I don't know.
I see. Okay, no worries. I will put all these links down in the description below, so everyone who want to go and follow SHIYIN or like listen to all her amazing music. I really loved it. That's why I put one for the intro as well. And yeah, just go check it out. But yes, thanks again for coming on the.
You can.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Listen to my music, you can click on the link in my Instagram bio, so you can find. If you use Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, or whatever platform, you can find it in the link in my bio.
That's amazing. But yes, thank you for coming on to this podcast. Thank you for agreeing to come on here. I really enjoyed the whole conversation. I've learned so much about you. I've learned a lot for myself as well. So yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I also learned a lot in this interview. It's really nice talking to you. Like, the world is so small, and we have a lot of things that are quite similar too. That's nice.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm happy to learn that. If you enjoyed the podcast, I would really appreciate if you leave us a 5-star review and follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Thanks again for listening to Gen Z Journey. We'll see you again next week. Remember to subscribe to get notified as new episodes come out every Thursday, and please share this podcast to anyone you think would enjoy it. This is Andrew Kwan from Gen Z Journey.